Hey, good evening, family. Everybody, welcome to IntellectualRadio.com. It is 7 o'clock Thursday evening, the livest night of your week, the livest night of your life, as my girl Chris likes to say. I'm your co host, Dion Washington, checking in with everybody. We are experiencing some time issues, so shortly, people. So it's just me for right now, but we have a very special guest tonight, a young man who is an up and coming artist. Will be here sooner than we anticipate, I hope. Ashley, hey Ash, how are you, huh? Can't wait to see you back at work. Thanks for checking in with me. Um, so again, we're gonna just kick it off. It's just gonna be us for right now, and that's all right. I'm all good with it, and I hope you all are too. Again, welcome to intellectualradio.com, 7 o'clock. Candid Talk Radio is where we are on. There's Chris checking in. Uh, so good people. John, what's going on, kid? Good to see you, man. Um, what's been going on, family? Very exciting week. We had the verdict come out a couple of days ago for the Derek Chauvin trial, and as everybody knows by now, even if you're living under a rock, he was found guilty on all three charges, which was oddly exciting for me. It was cool to see. Just like so many people said. It's very rare that that happens in the case where it's someone of color who has been killed or has been the law has been broken against. I'm sorry, Jennifer. How you doing, huh? Thanks for checking in. So I was cautiously excited. I was glad to hear a lot of the people when they were talking about the reaction and everything, saying how there's work yet to be done. I was glad to hear that. My cousin Monica, what's going on, Mama? Thanks for checking in. My wife Angie checking in. Hey, honey, thanks for checking in with us. So there are miles to go before we sleep, and I was even looking at the fact that look how often it has happened. It hasn't happened very often, people, and you have to know that. And it's not, being racist or anything like that, but it's the truth. I mean, look at how many people that didn't get this kind of justice. You know what I mean? And all of the people who've lost their lives just in the last 5, 10 years. We're not even gonna go back through the history of time. But I heard George Floyd's brother say something the night before last on TV that really kind of stuck with me. He said George Floyd is the modern day Emmett Till, or Emmett Till was the first George Floyd, because again, no matter where you've been living, no matter what rock you've been under, you know the story of Emmett Till, the young man who back in 1955 was wrongly murdered for whistling at a white woman down in Mississippi while he was visiting his family, which come to find out later was a lie. And all of it was a lie. And this young man, this brother, had to lose his life because a white woman felt like, I don't like him. I don't like the way he's looking at me. And her husband and his friend took it to the extreme. They were found not guilty. They were acquitted on all charges. And then later on in life, after they had lived their life and probably done pretty good for themselves, admitted that they had done it toward the end of their lives. Francine Glandy, Fran G, what's going on, Mama? Good to see you. Hey, I sent some people your way early this week or last week. I had your mask on at the flea market, and a guy asked me where I got it from, so I directed him to your website. So hopefully you'll be hearing from him soon. I know it's been a while. It's been a while. I've been good, hon. I've been real good. How about you? I know you probably been rather busy, and that's a good thing. Running a business is never easy, and it's never a slow thing. And if it is, then you ain't gonna have that business for long. We already know that. But I hope all is well, honey, and it's good to see you and it's good to hear from you. Back to what I was saying. So again, moving forward after Emmett Till, and who knows before Emmett Till how many people this happened to. If it wasn't for the strength of his mother, Mamie Till, to have that open casket funeral, which I know was one of the most difficult, was probably the most difficult decision she ever had to make. But she said she wanted the world to see what they had done to her baby, to her, you know what I'm saying, her young man. Deanna, what's going on, Mama? Hey, look, the baby is about 6 or 7 now, ain't he? Ain't she? I mean, she what, first, second grade? It's time for you to come back to work, Mama. I'm waiting on you. I've been looking for you, man. Can't keep us waiting too long now. Anyway, good to see you checking in. So again, moving forward, it was good to see, that justice had prevailed. Not so much. Well, yeah, in the case of a black man being wronged. Yeah, love you too, Francine. Kev, what's going on, bro? Thanks for checking in. Uh, and I was glad to see that you we didn't have to worry about the cities being torn up. We didn't have to worry about justice failing, people of color anymore, or at least in this case. And so it was a relief. It really was a relief because even though the evidence was overwhelming against the former Minnesota officer Derek Chauvin, even though his his defense team did, truthfully speaking, a piss poor job in defending him because they kept arguing about was, hey, it was the drugs, it was his bad heart, trying to deflect from what the truth really was. And I'm glad that the prosecution was able to stick to their guns and stand on what they started with, and they saw it through, and they saw it through all the way to the end. So it was a beautiful thing in a lot of senses, and it's sad that it has to come to this. I saw some other people say this as well in their reactions, as it's sad that we had to celebrate a man dying in order to feel like we gained a victory. You know what I mean? And that really is kind of twisted when you think about it. Keely, what's going on, honey? Thanks for checking in. Appreciate you checking in with us. Here we are again on IntellectualRadio.com. Y'all see the number right behind me. I'm going to show it to you again. If y'all want to call in, if y'all got any questions, comments, concerns, y'all see it over my right shoulder, which is y'all left, 708-223-8953. Please call in, check in, give me what you got. I'm sitting here waiting on you. You know what I'm saying? We love to hear from you all. I'm on Facebook Live, so if y'all want to comment there, I will read your comments as they come in. Big Baby, Joe Palm, what's going on, bro? Hey, Shannon, what's going on, mama? Thanks for checking in. The week in a sense got off to a good start, I guess you could say. In spite of the weather we had Monday and Tuesday with the supposed snow. Thank goodness that it didn't snow like it was supposed to. Thank goodness we didn't get what it was supposed to get. We were supposed to get, but it's still kind of crazy for almost the end of April for it to be like this. But then again, this is Chicago, and as the saying goes, if you don't like the weather in Chicago, give it a minute. And they mean that literally, because it was a nice day today. It's going to be even better tomorrow. And Saturday is supposed to be nice with a threat of rain. But after that, it's supposed to be teasing with the 80s for the next 3 days. Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday is supposed to be teasing with the 80s. So supposed to be some really good weather coming up. And we hope that it is. And, everybody can get out, get their grills out, have a good time, enjoy the company that they're having, and all of those good things. That's what we're looking for, people. I think it's about time that we turned away from the sadness, and then I'm gonna touch on that too. A poor baby girl, 6 years old, killed over on the west side. Supposedly somebody's looking for her father and shot her instead. And it's sad that you can't even enjoy a trip to McDonald's. You can't even enjoy a trip out with your children without that threat. And it's sad that these young men and these kids are out here acting like savages, just like nothing matters but what they want. And it's terrible, and it's dragging the rest of society down. It's dragging the morale of black people down. It's dragging the morale of the city of Chicago down, and it's terrible. It's sad to see that happening. And I pray for that family. I pray for her father. Spoke at a rally a rally they had for her yesterday, and he said he hopes that justice is found, that his killer, his baby's killers are brought to justice. And I'm not going to get into the nuts and bolts of everything, because we've been debating about that since it happened. As they said from what news reports, and I don't know how true it is, and I don't know the family involved or anything, but supposedly they were looking for the father. And my thing is, if you knew that was his car, whoever this killer was, you knew he wasn't sitting in the back seat. So why couldn't you just look through the front seat? I get the windows were tinted, but look through the front windshield. That's not tinted. And it was daytime. So it wasn't like you couldn't have seen him, and he was in the drive through. Where was he going to pull off to? So again, it's just a sad case of young men just really just mindless, just absolute no thought, no care for life, no care for anybody else's life, not even their own, to be honest, because he has to know that these people probably know who did it, and he knows that they're looking for him. So he's got to live the rest of his life on the run as well. So the end result is what? What do you gain from this? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you could go around and brag, yeah, I shot him or I shot her. But in the end, what is that going to do for you? What does that bring you? What kind of satisfaction do you get from that? And the question is, the answer is, short answer is none, none. Because now I got to live with this. Whether I live another 2 years, 20 years, or 50 years, I got to live with this hanging over my head. And that's what happens when you don't think past the tip of your nose, when you don't think about up down the block or around the corner in the next neighborhood. This is what you find yourself in, and it's a terrible tragedy that this happened. We also had another young lady, Big Low, Dale Lomax. Thanks for checking in, man, down in Atlanta, man. Appreciate you, man. Hope all is well, and I'm pretty sure it is. You and your wife having a good time down there in retirement down in Atlanta in your new fancy house. I'm looking for an invitation, man, and I'll be down there sooner rather than later. So I'll definitely let you know. But another young lady, I don't even remember where it was shot. 16-year-old young girl shot. I saw the video. The police were actually the ones to put the video out, which was amazing. You know what I'm saying? That's something that just ain't done. But they wanted to. I guess they wanted to get ahead of it instead of people assuming and speculating. They wanted to say, hey, Miss Stewart, Barbara Stewart, checking in. Appreciate you checking in with us. Yes, sir, Lo. I would do that. I would definitely let you know, man. Keely said Ohio. Thank you, Keely. I appreciate that. So apparently, what happened was there was a fight. One little girl was getting stomped out by at least two or three people. The police were called. Um, the police rolled up, and I mean, as you could clearly see on the video, he walks up, and they were still kicking and stomping this girl, but one of the girls had a knife, and I'm not sure if she still had the knife in his hand. He said something to her, and she kept swinging the knife, so he pulled out his gun and shot her. Um, a tough situation being now. This, I think, more so than my man up in Wisconsin, Jacob. I forget his name right now. Way more so than the George Floyd case or any of these other cases. Even with the young man here, Antonio, last week, the young Mexican brother. This was a real life split second decision this officer had to make, and I guess he made what he thought was the right call because this little girl had this knife in her hand and she was still trying to stab the girl when he shot her. From what I saw in the video, now maybe I didn't see the whole video, and I'm not trying to advocate that he was right or anything like that, but I'm just saying, Big G, Byron Gibbs checking in. Thanks for checking in with me, man. So, but it's just another tragic loss, and from what I was told, there was another shooting today of a black man somewhere. Now I just saw the headline. I didn't get a chance to read the story. If anybody knows the story, please call in again. Check in with us again, 708-223-8953. Let me know what you know, and we could talk about it while we have the opportunity to here on IntellectualRadio.com. So it's a lot of tragedy been going on. Again, Dante Wright, which happened last week, a little more than a week ago. And that officer, she was fired. And there's a lot of questions behind that. Again, the biggest is, how do you not know the difference between your taser and your gun? How do you be a 26-year veteran and freak out, in a sense, in that position? Mark, what's going on, big bro? Mark Carpenter checking in. Thanks, man. So it's just a head scratcher that these things happen, and a lot of times we know it is just smoke up the tailpipe. We know it is just them trying to get off from the truth of the matter, and that's the insulting part. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be a genius to see that. You just oops. That's all you can say. No, this is not oops. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Mark, I trust me. I believe you, man. I wouldn't either. I wouldn't want to be in that position either, because it's almost like, no matter what you do, it's going to be some kind of consequences, and not so much good consequences when you make a decision. So it's a tough position to be in, and I don't envy that at all. You know what I mean? And I feel for, again, everybody involved. So again, going back to Dante Wright, man, it's sad that, and the real sad part for me is, and I keep looking back and forth at this, and somebody even posted something on Facebook, I think yesterday or maybe even earlier today. And I keep looking back and forth at this, and somebody even posted something on Facebook, I think yesterday or maybe even earlier today, was the fact that you have all of these kids that suspected killers but were caught on the scene. And we'll go back to the Denver, Colorado. We'll go back to the movie theater in Colorado when the Batman movie came out 10, 12 years ago. We'll go down to South Carolina. We'll go down to Florida 3 or 4 years ago. All of these kids are still alive. And they were suspected right then and there, almost on the scene of killing people. They were the number one suspect, killing people. Had weapons, everything. The young man up in Wisconsin, 17-year-old awaiting trial for killing two people after last year's riots. They all alive. How? How? And not to say that you run up and shoot them because they got their hands up in the air, but I mean, truthfully speaking, if it was me, and again, I'm not a young man. You know what I'm saying? I'm 52 years old, but if it was anybody of color, you almost automatically know that wouldn't be the case. It wouldn't be the case. And that's just the systemic racism in full effect and showing rearing its ugly head as often as it possibly can, man. And again, I'm not racist at all. I really am not, but it's just there's a definite imbalance going on. Definite imbalance. And it's you know what I'm saying, way, way, way out of alignment with what should be going on. And that's just my opinion. This is not the opinion of Intellectual Radio or Chris or Earl or anybody else. This is just me speaking just to y'all, family to family. You know what I'm saying? It's just like being in a barbershop or being after, a big dinner, we sitting around talking. That's what we doing. Yeah, Keely, most of them had assault rifles. Assault rifles. That means that's not a protection weapon. That means I'm going out to assault people. That's why they call it assault rifle. You know what I'm saying? And again, all of these kids alive, and the part that really blows my mind is a young man down in South Carolina after he walked into a church where nobody was armed, killed 9 people. They took him to Burger King before they took him to jail. Burger King got him something to eat before he went to jail. Now, granted, I get it. That's the last meal you're going to have on the outside ever again. But I'm saying, seriously? And George Floyd lost his life over a counterfeit $20 bill. You know what I'm saying? Philando Castile lost his life because he did everything he was supposed to do. Tamir Rice had a BB gun. Eric Gardner had his hands up. I don't even know what Freddie Gray did out there in Baltimore, but whatever it was, it cost him his life. But the overriding thing about all of those is not one of them had a weapon. Not one of them had a weapon. Yeah, Miss Stewart, my friend, she was CPD for a long time. She said, I'm glad right now to make that decision to shoot or not to shoot. Thank God. Thank God. Because again, you get tortured because the crazy part is if you don't shoot and something happens, then everybody's going to be mad at you. If you do shoot and you kill somebody, then somebody's going to be mad at you. So again, it's a catch-22. It's really a tough position to be in. And I know overall you have a job to do and everything, but it just begs to question, where does common sense come in? Because again, like I said, truthfully speaking, Eric Gardner, and all of these guys, what did they do? Mike Brown didn't have a weapon. He didn't have a weapon. And again, had his hands up. Had his hands up. It took 4 officers to bring Eric Gardner down in New York for selling cigarettes. He lost his life because he was selling cigarettes. Come on, y'all. And again, you got the little kid down in Florida, killed all those kids at that high school. You got the kid in Colorado. Again, all of these situations where people were dead, yet all of them get to live and tell their story. Even go back a little bit, Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer killed and cooked 10, 20, 30 kids. And he got to live to go to jail. And you can't help but question, would that happen if that was me? What if that was my son? And I worry about that every day about my kids. My oldest son is down in Atlanta. I worry about him. You know what I'm saying? My 21-year-old is now living on the South Side. I worry about him. And again, these kids are unassuming. I know my kids. They not no troublemaker. They not no headaches, and they not looking for no issues from nobody, let alone the police. But because you had a bad day, as Ms. Stewart just said, now my son is dead. And I'm supposed to be okay with that, or I'm supposed to just take whatever comes out of your mouth as true. Yeah, Chris, John Wayne Gacy, same thing. Got to live a long time in jail before he finally died. Sheila McDonald Jordan checking in. Thanks for checking in with us, huh? Welcome to IntellectualRadio.com. So it just, through the history of time, again, like I said, we started off with Emmett Till. But again, how much further back does it go than that? You know what I mean? And how much more will we have to go before it's completely eradicated. Again, since George Floyd, we just talked about Dante Wright, this other little 16-year-old girl, Adam Toledo. Here we go again. Here we go again. And you still have the other, what, three officers awaiting trial up in Minnesota for what happened with George Floyd last year. And one of them was black. So we can't just say it's white cops. One of them was Asian. We can't just say it's white cops. And I get it. Everybody can be racist, and you're absolutely right. There are a lot of racists on a lot of nationalities. But I'm just saying, we ain't gonna just say, oh, it's the white cops. We're not gonna say that because that's not true. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, there's a brother out there, it's an Asian dude out there, getting ready to find out if they're gonna go to jail the rest of their life or a good chunk of their life or not. Coming up soon. I believe the trial starts in August for them. You know, and their fate is gonna be in the hands of 12, just like Derek Chauvin's was. You know, and it's sad that, it seems like every time we make 2, 3 steps forward, we end up moonwalking backwards. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like Michael Jackson did. So we already know that 1 step forward, 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. No, it's 2 steps forward, 20 steps back. And it's as much as we like to think that everything is on the rise and on the come up, it's not. It's not. And until they figured out, which, in my opinion, just me, I don't think they ever will. I don't think they ever will. It's just going to continue it may become few and far between, but it's not going to stop completely. That's just my opinion. I hope I'm wrong on that. I hope I'm wrong on that. And again, without getting too biblical and all that, the only one that can stop it is God. The only one that can stop this is God. He is the only one that could put an end to all of the mess, all the madness, all the hatred, all the anger, and all the fear going on. He is the only one. And that's why we need to trust in him more and believe in him more and lean on him more than our own understanding. And most definitely those of people in power, politicians, people who run companies, and all of that stuff. That's the only way out, in my opinion. That's just me. So, we just up here vibing, y'all, talking about some things. We waiting on our guests to get here, and I'm sure they'll be walking in a minute. But I'm having a good time. Mama J, hey, thanks for checking in with Mama J, Mary Jordan checking in. Appreciate you. Again, please, people, y'all feel free to call in. Again, one more time. The number is 708-223-8953, intellectualradio.com. This is Candid Talk. I'm your man, Dion Washington, waiting on my girl, Chris, waiting on our special guests to get here and things of that nature. Anything else been going on? Hey, let's talk about the Bears a little bit. Completely disappointed in my team, man. I'm a Chicago fan through and through. I love all my team. I'm not just a Cubs fan. I'm not just a Sox fan. I'm a baseball fan. I'm a Chicago baseball fan. So for all of y'all picking sides, yeah, well, good for you, but that's what I do. I'm glad to see the Cubs seem to be coming out of their little slump. I'm pretty sure the Sox will be turning it around any minute as well. When everybody gets back, Tim Anderson and all of those guys and the whole team gets together. But these Bears, man, I don't understand what the thinking is. You gave up on a quarterback that, truthfully speaking, gave you the best chance to win, I think, in Mitch Trubisky. Was he a great quarterback? Not by any stretch of the imagination, but he made him competitive. Andy Dalton is a slower Mitch Trubisky, so that means the running game is out of the picture. Lasonia, thanks for checking in. Lasonia Sheffield checking in with us. So I don't know what's going on. The draft is coming up, I think, in about next week, ain't it? Sometime next week. So we're gonna see if they're gonna trade up. We're gonna see if they're gonna pick a quarterback first, or if they're gonna somebody else. But Ryan Pace and even Matt Nagy, as brilliant as you are, I think this is y'all last chance, bro. You know what I'm saying? If y'all don't get it right this year, you know what I'm saying? Y'all pink slippers be waiting on y'all at the end of the season. So I'm gonna just keep hope alive, like Jesse Jackson said, and hopefully y'all know something we don't, and things come together, and y'all can at least make it to the playoffs. At least make it to the playoffs, because if not, then we'll be looking for a new coach next year as well. So. Chicago Bulls, same thing. Blackhawks, all my sports teams, everybody's struggling right now. Eddie Jones, what's going on, bro? Thanks for checking in. So I don't know. It's a sad day in the Chicago sports scene for right now. And again, baseball season just started. Basketball and hockey are winding up. Again, the Blackhawks struggling to stay in the picture. They had a great comeback victory last night. They was down 3-1 with about 10 minutes left and scored 4 goals, to win the game. So something like that. So it shows they got a little fight in them, but I don't know if it's too little or too late. So we'll just have to see what's going on with them, and with the rest of the sports team that's wrapping up their seasons in about the next 3 weeks or so. If anybody gonna make a serious playoff push, if anybody's gonna get into the playoffs, and see if they're gonna be playing as the weather gets warmer. If not, then we just got the Cubs and the Sox to lean on, and like I said, hopefully they can pick up the torch and carry it through the rest of the season. So, anything else going on, people? Anything y'all want to talk about? If y'all let me know, send it to me. Again, call me here on IntellectualRadio.com. Y'all let me know what's going on with y'all. Um, Looking forward to some warmer weather. I am. Miss Barbara Stewart said, read this Ghost Boys by Jewel Parker Rhodes, a short novel that goes from a 13-year-old in Chicago to a police officer on trial, to the ghost of a dead boy who takes to to the ghost of the dead boy to Emmett Till ghost takes on bullying, Hispanic Day of the Dead, bearing witness. Wow, check it out and recommend it to a young person. Okay, thank you, Miss Stewart. Again, that's Ghost Boys by Jewel Parker Rhodes. So y'all make sure y'all pick that up and check it out, and we'll go from there with that. You know, and other things are going on. Like I said, looking forward to some warm weather. I know in a couple of weeks, Chris is going to be doing it. Here is Chris right now. We're going to go to a commercial break, y'all. And when we come back, we're going to be in the house, full effect, full house. Y'all stay tuned with us, please.
Time will show you your way home. Even when I'm there, you're never alone. Why does it always happen so soon? Out of our hands, out of our control. The decisions we have to make, and the chances we have to take. Even when it's dark, the sun will shine tomorrow. Just give it some time. Just give it some time. Time will show you your way home. Even when I'm there, you're never alone. Why does it good always happen so soon? Oh, out of our hands, out of our control. Out of our hands, out of our control. Out of our hands, out of our control. I know, it's a tough pill to swallow, but we'll be fine tomorrow. We'll be fine tomorrow. Listen, listen, you know the words to say. Look up, just look up, and you're sure to find a way. Time will show you your way home. Even when I'm there, you're never alone. Why does it good always happen so soon? Out of our hands, out of our control. Out of our control. Out of our control. Oh yes it is. Out of our control. We are not lost, we are wandering. Just trying to find our way. Yeah. Oh, 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 oh. that you're never alone. Why does it always happen so soon? Out of our hands, out of our control. The decisions we have to make and the chances we have to take, even when it's dark. The sun will shine tomorrow. Just give it some time. Just give it some time. Time will show you your way home. Even when I'm there, you're never alone. Why is it good always happen so soon? Oh, out of our hands, out of our control. I know it's a tough pill to swallow, but we'll be fine tomorrow. We'll be fine tomorrow. Listen, listen, you know the words to say. Look up, just look up, and you're sure to find a way. Time will show you your way home. Even when I'm there, you're never alone. Why does it good always happen so soon? Out of our hands, out of our control. Out of our control.
Hey, welcome back to IntellectualRadio.com. Candid Talk Thursday night, y'all, 7:30, and we are joined by our very special guest here. Y'all already know Chris. I ain't going to introduce y'all to her. She finally made it in. But my man to my right and his friend, Jay Trav, young up-and-coming musician who has an album coming out soon.
We started with some singles. I got an album ready though, but I'm trying to find the right fans.
Okay. So Jay Trav, young brother from the South Side of Chicago, which is where we all hail from. And Bianca, Miss Bianca, tell us a little bit about yourself before we talk to our brother here.
Okay, hi everybody. My name is Bianca J. I am the owner of Convey by Bianca J. So I'm a licensed cosmetologist located on at Hair Unique Salon on 81st and Stony Island. I was born in Dallas, raised in Chicago. So yes, if y'all ever need your hair done, I specialize in everything except for locks. So natural hair, sew-ins, wigs, all of that. You can follow me on Convey by Bianca J on Instagram.
Okay, appreciate it. And we over there on Stony a lot. We go to the Beggars a lot over there on the 83rd.
Yeah, 81st. In the strip mall.
There, they got bad attitudes in there.
I didn't want to say that, but since you put that out there,
I go to the Beggars on 81st and Stony Island. That little hole in the wall pizza joint. They get bad.
Right, what's going on? Well, you know what? We just go over there, get our pizza, and just be out. You know what I'm saying?
They don't even look clean enough to be making pizza.
But we're going to introduce the man of the hour for right now. This young brother again to my right. I was reading your bio earlier. Jay Trav, up-and-coming musician. He's got a few singles that's out. We're going to listen to a little bit of music tonight, man. Welcome to the show, bro. And tell us a little bit about yourself, my man.
My name is Jay Trav for short. I got two first names, so I came up with the artist name Jonathan. Travis is my government.
Okay.
I gave y'all a little school, so I don't crack my card or nothing like that. But no, Jonathan Travis is my government. My parents gave me two first names, but they want me to be a junior. My dad's name is John.
Okay.
So that's how I came up with Jay Trav. I just wanted to shorten it up because people ain't know my name. They were like, "Is your name Jonathan? Is it Travis?"
Travis, right.
So yeah, Jay Trav.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
Okay, that's what's up, man. So tell us a little bit about your music, man. What kind of flavor you got, man? Because again, I was reading the bio, but I'm not gonna put it out there. I want you to put it out there.
For sure. My music comes from a soulful place. It comes from the heart of Chicago. I was raised on the South Side. My roots come from gospel, R&B, soul, old school, jazz, hip hop.
Okay.
Um, my family was big on they like gospel and they like old school music. Like
Okay.
my mom and pops is really into like the real old school singers. My mom's one of her favorite singers was Patti LaBelle.
Okay.
What up,
She
Okay.
little
like
big
Whitney
bro?
Houston. Then on the gospel side, Shirley Caesar,
Yeah, yeah.
Clark sisters, and I can go on and on.
Yeah,
And
definitely. You got a big
but
history there. You got
yeah,
a long, long line. It seems
yeah,
like of people you can, you can fall in behind. You know what
yeah,
I
most
mean?
definitely.
Okay.
So I take all of those roots and just apply it to my life today. So my music is really just it comes from a place of ethics, like work
Okay.
ethics. It comes from a
Okay.
place of just going through and pretty much recording my story in a rhythmic way.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, that sounds good, man. I ain't gonna lie to you. I listen to music today, and I know a lot of what you just talked about is missing from a lot of the music, man. A lot of heart and a lot of, what I'm saying, deep root stuff. And not to say that these people, these cats, or these females are not out here trying. I'm not going down them like that. But I mean, like the heart. That's what I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? If your stuff got heart, then you're gonna have me. You know what I'm saying? Looking for you. You know what I'm saying? So
So
that's what I'm looking for to hear from you, man. And I'm looking forward to hearing what you got. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying, turning into the next best thing, the next biggest thing, man, for sure. You know what I mean?
for sure.
So yeah,
Well, we know we can let him play a snippet of something if he has something ready, or
So
you can go live.
Kevo, what's up, bro?
Bianca, you can go live with your phone if you like. If you go
Okay.
on your Facebook page.
so I guess we could start with the song that I just released. The song got a little bit of a background. It's called "Let's Be Lovers." So I have a goal in releasing this song. The goal was to reach out and to spread love to the world because I feel like we need love in the world.
Definitely.
First and
Definitely.
foremost, like the narrative of mainstream media and mainstream music has been tainted to the point where there's no direction in our culture with music. It's just a bunch of media. Is it hot or
Yeah.
not?
Yeah,
And,
exactly.
and that's cool, but even in being hot or not, what's the intent? What
Right.
as an artist, I feel like we have a job to the culture to not only give swag and give artistry and give style, but to also recognize the issues in the world. You
Definitely.
feel me?
Definitely.
So that platform I feel like hasn't been properly used as far as leadership.
Okay.
It's some people that
Hey, baby, how
that represent
Yeah, yeah.
what I agree with, but
your auntie.
when I look at the whole thing, it
Malachi, you
kind
better
of
behave yourself. My nephew is on here.
it kind of seems tainted. It seems like what was really valued in our culture is not there. There are no
Yeah,
values.
definitely, man.
It's just
Definitely.
chaos.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing, man. Again, is and that's what I meant about not, what I'm saying, not having a lot of meaning and not a lot of feeling. What again, what you just said, you want to give people something that they can feel, something they can talk about, and something that's tangible, something that's missing, man. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So that's what's up, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, you bring that back in, you know what I'm saying? You reaching back to Marvin Gaye, you know what I'm saying, in the 70s, what's going on, and Trouble Man and Inner City Blues, he was like, these are things, these songs are almost older than everybody in here except for Chris, but we ain't gonna get into that. But
Shots fired.
you know what I'm saying? Hey man, look, that's what we do, man. But I'm just
Love.
saying these are things that are still going on right
You're
now
lucky I'm
that
still in
mean a whole
traffic.
lot. You know what I'm saying? That mean a whole lot. So,
My
like I
mind.
said, if you could do that, man, like I said, you definitely gonna not only find your crowd, man, but you gonna definitely rise above a lot of cats, a lot of women out there these days. You know what I'm saying? And I know the pressure's on to have that one hit that everybody want to dance to, everybody want to, this is what they playing in the club and we can bump this all day. And there's
You
nothing
better,
wrong with that,
Malachi.
but that for that to be your basis, that's where you mess up because that's where you lose yourself as an artist. And I know you can speak to that a lot better than I can, man.
I think like the biggest pressure as an artist, especially an artist that's been working behind the scenes for a long time, where I'm not really known by the masses, but I do have a network. It's like it's always pressure to change. They are,
Yeah.
like it started off with me. I could rap, but singing was like, well, I felt like that was my bread
What
and
you
butter.
wanted to do,
That's what I
right.
wanted to do.
Right.
But when the culture started to shift, they're like, don't nobody want to hear them singers like that.
Mhm.
Like, so you got to know how to do both. So it's like, I could do both.
Right.
So let me dabble and see how I can make it me. But in the
Right.
process, you're gonna have the people telling you like, "Oh, I don't like that," or it reminds. People always want to put you in a box and relate you to somebody else, and it's like, I feel like music is an expression of personality, which means two people can sing the same song, but it'll never sound the same.
Never gonna sound the same. So let's play a little snippet of what you got, so we can let the people hear.
Y'all listen up, man.
Who
Y'all listen. Y'all hope
J-Trav
everybody's listening. Got their listening ears on. Here's my man J-Trav.
Oh girl, you got me feeling type of way. And the way you talk that is you gotta stay. And your body got me caught up in a maze, girl. I'm amazed, girl. Oh, you think you can take it anyway? I make you say my name, girl, with a statement. And you go run and tell your friends how much you crave me on the day. I don't try to deny your love. Actually, I give all my love to you. And girl, you know it. Still, I gotta show it. I don't try to deny your love. Actually, I give all my love to you.
You get that groove. Ride down Lakeshore Drive.
With a little snippet of it. What's the song called again? It's called Let's Be Lovers.
It's available on all platforms worldwide. So
Okay, it's available on all platforms worldwide. So what, iTunes, what else?
iTunes, Spotify,
Spotify.
some overseas markets. I can't even tell you all.
All right, y'all need to check out that new joint by J-Trav. Dude, that I mean,
yeah, I'm going to get that.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to. I
Yeah.
remember when B sent me a little snippet of it. I'm like, oh, I like this, and I was in the kitchen doing something. I'm like, oh. At first I was like, what's she sending me? You know, like, wait, what is she sending me? But then I started listening, I texted, I started. I'm like, oh, yeah, he need to come on the show.
Yeah,
Need him on the show. We need
Yeah.
to promote you because
Yeah.
that's what we do. We Candid Talk Radio, but we love to promote Black
Absolutely.
businesses, Black artists. We just love to promote. Sis, who is Cheryl Sistrunk? You got to tell me this. Every week you put that on there. I have no idea who that is. But
She's talking to herself, y'all.
no, I'm not talking to myself. Why you got? I'm not even throwing shots at you tonight. And you just
Why
steady
not?
coming for me. If I
Free
come for
shots.
you, it's gonna be
Oh,
bad
yeah.
because
Oh,
I ain't.
yeah.
I did a ref over
So
there?
yeah, we fight every week. We fight every week. He
Ref
can't
over
even be
there.
nice, and we got guests in the studio. This is the problem. He can't even be nice.
Nobody's off limits.
What's
So-
the love at? What the love go?
We've known each other since
Since the
1980.
80s. Since the early
I wouldn't
80s.
even thought.
83.
Yeah, somewhere around.
You know, I was born 10 years later.
yeah, so let's go way back.
Yeah,
man.
we
Let's
go way back.
so.
So,
What's
with your music, what do you want people to get out of your music?
It's a combination of things because I want people to step into my world with my music because like I just said, like sometimes I stalk myself. It's a mold that you go in when you
she
create
does a show.
music.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's a mold, like, so I gotta like step into almost like a different persona to create and to perform. So when I step into that persona, it's different than the interviewing me, than the barber me, than the working out me. It's a transition. So sometimes I have to step in it and then step back and amaze myself. Like, how did I do that? And that's the thing about art. So my listener, my target audience, I want them to get the persona that, you know, everything in life is nothing but an experiment. It's a trial and failure, and then you get results from the effort. So when you listen to my music, you might not know when I made that song. I might release it today, and I made that song 4 years
They need you
ago.
to speak into the mic. They said they
Okay,
can hardly hear
can you hear me? Okay, yeah. So like I said, I might release a song today, and I made it 4 years ago. But it might just fit along the journey and the energy of life at that time and wasn't needed. I released another song right around the time of COVID. It was called Breathe.
Do you have a snippet of that?
I do have a snippet
Let's
of that.
play a snippet of
Let's play
Breeze.
Breathe.
Yeah.
And this one right here, oh my god,
we promoting you as much as
and you
we can
definitely
promote
like
you.
Breathe. You have to watch the video that goes along
Oh, there's
with
a
it.
video too.
Yeah, it's a song.
Because that
It's a-
video, like especially right now, especially with George, because that video, when the movement of I Can't Breathe first came out,
yeah.
Okay.
and so now with us wrapping up with the George Floyd case.
Yes.
And just all the things, that has happened, even the same day that the George Floyd case the verdict came out, Then hours later, a 16-year-old girl
16
got
year old
shot
girl.
Yes.
Yeah,
and killed.
yeah, yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Play a snippet of Breeze. This is Breeze by J
This is
Trav.
Breathe.
Breathe.
Breathe. Oh, I'm
Breathe.
sorry. Breathe. Yeah, breathe. BREATH. Not breathe. BREED. Breathe.
I'm broken. Don't fix me. I'm hoping you hear me. I've been through it all. Voices in my head, I don't know if I can resolve. I can't just give up every part of me. This shit ain't free, but I try to practice patience through loving things. Time is just a part of a loving dream. I gotta reach my purpose, chasing destiny. I'm an eagle, spread my wings, but now I gotta breathe.
That should have been played after what's his name got found guilty. That should have been his walking away music. Yeah, music.
You know what, man? You definitely. Oh, my man, John Luke, my guy from the military. Luke checking in. What's going on, bro? You know, the thing is this, man. What I'm feeling, about these two songs, man, is that you don't sound like anybody else, and I
No,
like
he
that.
doesn't.
That
That's what I was about
sets
to
you
say.
apart from because. Sad to say, a lot of people have this cookie cutter thing. You know, everybody, you need to sound like him. You need to sound like her. She need to sound like them. Blah blah blah. And a lot of people fall into that. You don't. You know what I'm saying. You have your own style, man, and I like that. That speaks to your originality. You know what I'm saying? And there's not a lot of that going on in the world, to be honest, man, in the music world especially, with people that are out, some people that have been out a while and stuff like that. And truly speaking, okay, I get it. I'm an older man, but I can't listen
Older
to
man.
I'm not as old as her, but
Older man.
I
Shots.
can't speak to the music. I can't listen to a lot of the music because it's just like this sound like the other song I just heard. And I
There's
even
no
have
real
this
identification or connection. You can't. Music
exactly.
used to bring people together and people would identify in a unique way across the masses. But now it's become such a battle of ego and pride where
That's
people can't
it.
even
Yeah.
come together.
That's it. You're
And,
right.
and really though, like the industry has capitalized off of that
Absolutely.
because
They
they're gonna
want to
make
make
their
it more
money
money.
regardless.
Yeah.
Yep.
They don't want to make it the most money. You're right, man. You're
So,
right.
but going back to what you asked regarding like what I want the audience to get from me as an artist, and it's being able to endure in the midst of chaos, and that's where my music comes from because ever since I can remember, I was told no or you can't or it's always a million obstacles to even get a chance to even get
Okay.
to work for opportunity, and in a sense I felt like as a black man, not even as an artist, but even I'm an engineer and producer as well. I've had to pick up these extra skills to prove my worth, and still not feel like I'm enough. You know what I mean? I can sit here and
Wow.
name it on a resume. I have degrees, I have skills, I have all of these things, but I still feel like I'm missing something, and I have to be reminded, and that comes from your circle and the people that you have what it takes, but sometimes the world just not gonna give it to you.
Yeah, yeah, that's called
Yeah,
humility,
just not,
man, and that's a
they not
lot.
ready for
That's a
you.
lot that's missing in the world too. Humility, and that's a beautiful thing to have, is to be humble because it keeps you hungry and it keeps you want to strive to do more and do better, and show that you are worth people's time and people's attention. You know what I'm saying? So that's a good thing, man. That's a real
True.
good thing.
So it sounds like you got who's producing? Are you producing your own
So
music as well?
I produce a lot of my music,
Okay.
but I have a dope network of producers I met when I was at SIU. I graduated from SIU 2016. Shout out to the Salukis, all my
Yeah,
people.
but both of my boys graduated from there.
Oh wow! So
Yeah.
yeah, SIU. It gave me a different perspective on life when I made the decision to go to college. I kind of didn't really have a
husband.
full choice. My mom was like, "Look, I'm from Inglewood. We from the city. You see what's going on, all this killing. You got to do something with yourself. So it's kind of like
My husband's gonna love that you're from Inglewood. He's on here. He's gonna love that he's from Inglewood. So Inglewood. You know, y'all don't even go to high school no more. But go ahead. Continue.
But like my mom was an educator. She was a teacher, and like I said in my bio, my father was a mortician.
Okay.
And so I watched my father work for a lot of other people before he actually started his own business, and his profession was it was very different, but it was very real. It would be nothing for me to get picked up from school and it would be 3 or 4 remains in the back of the vehicle. You know, that would be a regular thing. You know,
got in and said,
got in because that was his job. That's how he fed. That's how he fed the family. That's how we kept the lights on. So it was something I had to learn, but for him, he had a passion for helping people in that way. For me, as a child, seeing it just caused a lot of questions, like why, and then as you start to get older, you start to see the violence and the culture. And a lot of my classmates that I went to school with were killed. My cousin, was killed, and he was a ball player, and he was just hanging out with his friends, and my father had to go pick him up.
Wow.
And to see him on the table with 9 bullet holes in his body, and then
deep,
people
man.
think that's cool though, but they don't realize the effects of that. Like he had loved ones, he had potential,
family,
he had he could have ran into somebody that inspired them to change the world. We don't know though, because we already
that chance was taken away from him.
took away
like
the
that 7-year-old
chance.
little girl that just died.
Just
The
like
7-year-old.
But we keep promoting it as if it's cool. And then my thing is, I did some research and I posted it on Facebook. I want to know how many manufacturers of guns were black, and none of them.
None of them.
None of
None
them.
of them.
Right, none of them.
And
Well,
it's sad that
we-
white people, I'm sorry to cut you off, but white people, majority of them is promoted with them to guns,
Yeah.
but it affects our community
The
most.
The most,
and the worst.
absolutely,
It is
absolutely.
African Americans, and we can't get nothing else, but we can get some guns.
Yeah, they
drop them off
we
in
can
the
get
hood.
some guns. We can get some liquor, and we can get some drugs.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And we know how to solve some beef.
yeah.
We know how to come
yeah.
and stand on what we said.
Right.
And my thing is, if we could take that same energy and apply it to our endeavors in life, and not feed into the fuel of violence and hate, because there's nothing cool about that. Let's be
Right.
real. What's cool about somebody losing their mom or losing their loved one or losing their
Right.
daughter?
Absolutely.
It's nothing. I've had to stand at so many funerals as a child and see that.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? Like coming from, like I say, Saint Sabina, like what's happened with Father Mike. I was there with Father Mike, and I saw what he was doing. He was one of the very few people that was actually out there marching and not just talking about it. And he wasn't he's a white man, but he was bringing people together underneath one spirit.
And that's why they came from, though.
Yeah.
That's why they tried to dig up something from 40-something years ago, because they were tired of him speaking out for the blacks. And that father figure is who he is, and he's going to continue to do that. He's not going to stop. He didn't let this stop him. He's still speaking. And doing
interesting fact, it's to see that, though, to see a white person be able to step outside of his color barrier and just show love shows me that love has no color. Love has no. Right. It's a set of. It's just the energy. It's a driving force that can change. And like I said, being from Chicago, it comes with a lot of negativity just from the fact that they don't want to see you make it. Even when they see you make it, they don't want to see you there.
This is true.
So it's like, at some point, when can we as black artists, black developers, black entrepreneurs, when can we stop hating on each other and come together? Because the Arabs do it.
Yeah.
They make money doing it.
Absolutely. Asians do it.
Indians,
Mexicans
the Mexicans,
do it.
everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
The
We
whites.
don't have to invite you back where we have our whole time.
Yeah.
Because,
you definitely got to come back, man.
We got somebody else here, and the producer, he be tripping on us. I don't know what it is about us.
Coming out, man, making it when y'all did.
I'm
glad that y'all, we got to listen to the music that we listen to, man.
But I definitely need you to come back out so we can do the whole show with you. And, you bring some more snippets of your music.
Definitely. We'll do it again.
He got a lot of music.
Yeah, by us being late, it just threw off the whole thing, because the most people that would be on here are not on here because they probably thought I wasn't coming on when I wasn't on at the time. But we want to invite you back out. whenever you can come back out, bring some more
You can set a
music.
time. I appreciate
And
that.
we
Yes, sir.
love to keep promoting you, and because you're gonna do some big things. I could tell. I could see that your mannerism, your maturity. You're gonna do some big things. You're going somewhere. Don't let nobody discourage you.
Yeah,
You just keep on pushing.
Keep pushing, dude.
Yeah.
Keep pushing, man, because
Thank
you
you.
definitely gonna
Right.
make a mark in this world, man. And I can feel that, man, just from the few minutes of music that
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying I heard, and
Are both
definitely
of
just
those
from
songs
listening to you,
downloadable?
man. So
Yeah, so Breathe is actually a completely free song. I
Okay.
released that just for the Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
Not even so much for the Black Lives Matter, but just representing me as a
Right.
black man and seeing what's happening, because it could have
Right.
been me,
Okay.
you know. And
Well-
then Let's Be Lovers that's available for stream. That's
I'ma
where
check it
if
out.
they
I'ma
like
go
if you
back
like it
on
enough, I'm gonna
iTunes.
shoot a crazy visual to it. But
Okay.
I gotta get
that's what
enough
Great
love
is up.
for it.
that's what's
Okay.
up. Thanks
this
for
is Candid Talk
checking in,
Radio.
y'all. Thanks to Jay, Trav, and Bianca for being here with us, y'all.
Take over.
Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night, the rest of y'all weekend. We love y'all, and thank y'all for checking in with us. We'll see y'all next week. We out.
Candid Talk Radio on IntellectualRadio.com. I guess Dion, the new host, I'm gonna let him roll with all his stuff. But peace. Have a great weekend. And thank you, Jay Trav, for coming out. Thank you, Miss Bianca, for coming out.
Thank you for having
Come
us.
back again. Candid Talk Radio on IntellectualRadio.com.
We have to make, and the chances we have to take, even when it's dark, the sun will shine.